Oh my gosh. I swear, this was gonna be a fucking solo stream. I fucking swear. But oh my god, what the fuck did you show me? What the fuck did you show me? I swear, this was actually gonna be for real, an actual for once real solo stream. What the fuck was that?
Angus.
What the fuck was that? General butt naked. What the fuck? What the fuck? General butt naked.
General butt naked. It's fucking wild, man.
Just fucking going around, fucking committing human sacrifices, shooting up on heroin, and then all of a sudden just goes, I'm done with that life. Jesus came and he forgave me. It's like, what the fuck? What was that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. What the hell? This is adios. Meshtic, it was gonna be for real. No, I swear, Meshtic, it was actually gonna be for real. And then Nick wanted to show me this fucking video about fucking General Butt Naked. It turns out
it's the most fucking wild thing ever.
It's like, oh my gosh. I swear, no, Meshtic, for real this time. It was gonna be that case. God. Oh my gosh. What the fuck was it? General Butt Naked.
General Butt Naked.
What the fuck? General Butt Naked. Oh my god. Okay. No, for real. But for real though, Nick, I didn't want this to be like an actual soul stream, but
yeah.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck? What was that? Like fucking ancient Mesoamerica? Like Aztec?
It's fucking wild.
Fucking goes up to the guy he literally chopped the legs off of. Just went, hey, brother, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? It's just the camera just zooms out on his face. It's like it's just everything about his face just says like, do I look okay? You chopped my legs off.
It's fucking wild.
Oh my gosh.
Also, Chingus.
What?
I got inspired.
Oh no.
I'm posting today's command.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. You plan to strip all of us. You strip down naked, sacrifice a child by ripping out their heart and eating it, shooting up heroin, raid the base, dealing to without consent and pillaging. I'll be keeping it because one becomes stronger by being naked, and eating the heart will have a protective spell over us. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
It's not over.
What the fuck? Starscream, you'll have to enter through the air conducting duct. There's a laser gun 3 inches above the floor, so you have to compress your body at the size of a sponge and slide underneath it like some weird amphibious dolphin. Can I buy some fried pot from you? Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay. Oh, I'm getting lighthearted. Okay. Okay, but for real though, Nick, I did want this to be a solo stream though, so
Do you want me to leave?
yeah.
Okay.
But just that was fucking amazing, Nick.
You're all butt naked.
General butt naked. I'll see you later for the Comic Crypt podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. See, Mystic, now it is an actual fucking solo stream. There we go. I made my promise there. Oh my gosh. Start counting the minutes until Nick returns. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm actually fucking lighthearted right now. I mean, lightheaded. Oh my gosh, what the fuck? General Butt Naked was a real person. He wasn't actually. He wasn't some guy made up by South Park creators for Book of Mormon. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna be okay. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Oh, hi, Mata. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Alright. I told you to breathe while laughing. I know, Chelsea. I'm just... Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me... Hold on. Actually, give me a minute. Let me get some water. Let me give it some water. I'll be back. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna get some water. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 I got some water. I'm calming down now. Whew. Wow. Okay. Alright. Okay. So now this is actual for real soul stream this time. Okay. Alright. So, Chelsea says, poor Asian all lightheaded from laughing. Chelsea, you would be in my same position. Like, the things I heard from Nick is absurd. That you just have to laugh. Like, this was a real thing that happened in real life in like Liberia. It's like, what the hell? But I'm okay now. I'm calming down. All right. Whew. Okay. So, this is Katawa Shojo, a dating simulator visual novel where you date crippled girls. Well, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say disabled. That's the correct terminology nowadays. My bad. Disabled girls. And oh man, I have no idea if any of this is gonna top whatever the fuck I heard from Nick about general butt naked. Whew. Okay, but we're gonna power through this. I'm calming down, and we're gonna get our romance game on with some crippled girls. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Now, real quick, Chelsea, you can hear the game music, right? You can hear the game's music. I guess also this question applies to everyone else in the chat as well. I saw you, Mastic, in the chat for a bit. Can you guys hear the music? Just want to make sure that I'm not streaming with unmuted game. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. So with that said, then we're gonna be doing dating some disabled girls. So that's what we'll be doing. You hear the music, Chelsea? Alright. Alright. So, real quick, as always, these streams will be uploaded onto YouTube. So, you know, you can check that out on my YouTube channel as well. All the past archive streams there as well. Hold on, give me a second. I'm still a little tingly from laughing too hard. Okay, so besides the YouTube, you can also follow me on Twitter for schedules and updates and all that. You can also follow the public Discord server, so you could do that as well. And even though we already reached our tip goal of the month, if you want, you can still contribute through the Stream Elements tip jar. And all those links are, you know, in the about section below. And if you're watching just YouTube, you know, it's in the description below. All right. Let's get into this. So let's start. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in the late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathed into my cupped hands and rubbed them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Oh, believe me, my hands are numb already, but not from the cold, it's from laughing too hard. Hisao. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Ah yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. The slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone's approaching me from behind. Hisao? You came. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to 100 times, but never as more than a eavesdropper to a conversation. No, Chelsea, not laughing doesn't make my hands cold. It's just it makes my hands numb because you know you get lightheaded, you know, all the blood rushing to your head and all that. So it's like, whew. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. We're Hisao. Iwanako. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad that you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. Oh gosh. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Heh, he said cock. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against a gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, as she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, safe from my pounding heart. I want to say something, reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. So? I reach up trying to massage my throat, but it's only sends spikes of binding pain along my arms. Hisao! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Oh god, I'm having a stroke! Oh gosh! Ah! Hisao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Not gonna lie, I'm still lighthearted. But still from the laughing. Katawa Shojo. Title drop! Inspiration. Writing. Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous, for writing this. Music. Art. Poor guy. Yeah, my mind just had a heart attack. Additional art. Doomfist. Whoa! The Overwatch character made the art here? Whoa! Alright. The clock ticks faster. This sounds like the music from when Optimus died, Nick. Please, don't make me laugh anymore. I'm already lighthearted as it is for General Butt Naked. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Oh, man. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left the hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're felt alone with your thoughts. So I had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They say it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is this really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had two hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at this hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Wow. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I had barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much time to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I could make a healthcare joke right there, but I'm not gonna. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Actually, no, I'm gonna make a joke. Besides, SpongeBob made the joke. Just why is everyone feeling so impersonal? Do you have insurance? What's insurance? Get this man out of here! I don't want to deal with him. For the first month or so, I had asked a head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still asked the head cardiologist about leaving, but expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore by when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. So, Doc, can I leave? At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That's what my life was like. The day became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mess I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I paused in realization that I didn't know what the day of week it was. But at other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. Nick, I swear, stop with the general buck naked, please. But that happened only rarely. General buck naked. Are you alright, my brother? Are you alright? Just fucking looks at him in the wheelchair, just, do I look alright? And I couldn't even cry. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of my bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Yasao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. That sounds like my dad. I take it from his hand and took a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Hisao, don't you know who told you to have the heart attack? Do you know how much the medication costs because of you? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be broke! The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting only makes me feel sicker. Oh my gosh. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that's the best we can do at this point. I mean, we could give you a pacemaker, but However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the Hisao, listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? That's what he says to me if he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Homeschooled? Are you kidding? No, you're going to get a job. Whenever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about this doctor. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff and is only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make me a hospital be nearby a selling point. And of course, that's only if you want to go. Oh no, of course, that only if you want to go. Personally, I think you should get a job instead. But your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had to look a couple of weeks back. I think you like it. Again though, I say you gotta get a job instead. Looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. Oh, excuse me. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It gives those students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help. See, there's a girl with no arms. There's a girl over there with no arms. She make art that compares to Leonardo da Vinci. She's 9. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues is in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. Your roommate is gonna be Froggy, Nick. Froggy! Where are you? Don't you get it, Frank? You were Froggy. Oh. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school? What are those even like? As much as I like to put a positive spin on all of this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself into thinking that. Hold on real quick. Let me just do something real quick. Someone texted me. All right. Act 1. Life expectancy. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one is especially so. What did it say? Chelsea, it's a private text message. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like. But I couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long. So I entered through the with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main buildings of the Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It does feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a... Oh wait, it doesn't. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. This makes me shudder. Ugh, clean. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the fighting is real or caused... If the feeling is real. Oh my gosh, am I dyslexic? Or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Background looks so real. Huh. Looks like a painting. Most likely what they did was they took like a photo of like a real place and then they made a painting based off of that photo. It makes me wish that there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How to say the operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even though I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical.
And you must be Nikki
Nakai.
You are excellent. My name is Muto. It's like Matao, but there's no way, and the spelling's a little different. Bionicle, I'm gonna call myself Matao now. You're Matao, not Muto. You're Matao. Welcome.
We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch.
The head nurse asked me for a brief check-in visit. There's no time for that now.
Oh, should I go later?
Yeah, afternoon's probably fine. You should probably get going in this class. You're waiting. Yeah.
Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention. I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Speaking of this, I almost missed what the teacher was saying.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the class?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal?
Of course, not everybody.
I'm probably one of those people. But I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right. There's no problem.
Let's go then.
My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Matao opens the door and enters. What is that painting? Hi, I'm a painting. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point into worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Alright, there's all the girls. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I don't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is usually high, and there's lots of space left over around in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with just a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only it's not just immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing, hitting the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Oh gosh! Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching, and she sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hands as if to make her invisible. There's one boy with a long cane leaning against the locker or is at the rear of the class. It's weird to see someone so young with a cane. Oh my gosh, is that Peter Griffin in the back? Oh man, Lois! Oh man, this is bad. This is almost as bad as the time that I was in a school for the disabled. Lily, what are you doing? I'm handing you a beer. This is my stroke arm. Hand it over to my good arm. That's better. I swear, he looks like Peter Griffin. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. Wait, hold on. Nick, Zeno Nick, are you still in the chat? Tell me I'm not wrong. This looks like Peter Griffin. Do Peter Griffin. Ah, now that's a good one. Yeah, that is Peter. Oh my gosh, now I'm just thinking of the Family Guy episode where Peter fucking had the stroke. Stroke! 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 Stop mocking me! She's kind of cute. So is a cherry-looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Welcome, our newest classmate. He claps his hands, so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did and not deserve. Our main character's just literally disabled people. Cringe! It's like, oh my gosh. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. I'm Sao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks it up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though. A few girls are even whispering to each other, throwing glasses at me. It could have been worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends up in a banded stump. You know it's 4chan, so it's not out of the question that someone smuggled Peter into the art. That's what fucking 4chan made this game. It makes me feel a little bad.
We're gonna be doing some group work today, so I'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that alright with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
That's good. You can work with Akimichi. She's the class representative. She can explain everything you want to know, and who else would be able to do that better?
How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hints me that I don't know who Hakamachi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression.
Right, Hakamichi's right there. Shizune Hakamichi.
As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hello! Hey, guess you're Hakamichi, right? Nice to meet you. Oh no! Wait, do it! Shit, it's Misha Meshtik? This is a... What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but... I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. Shi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. You should probably push up your glasses there, Hakamichi. You know, it's not really good to have it just bouncing on the tip of your nose. You gotta push that up. It's, nice to meet you. Shizune. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk, people," and "Who better to explain things to you?" I could see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been standing up there for no reason. Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew that there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right? What is she, fucking shrapnel from Transformers, repeating everything? Yeah. We didn't know there would be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits! You look just like I imagined. You look just like a He-chan. I don't know why everyone seems to think so. Michi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with her hard word a bit, making it stick out with her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just came straight to class today. Oh, that's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about where you're going. Guess I didn't bother to do that. Or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It sounds like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deep. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shi-chan would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that'll be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all about business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched assignment. We should start working now, or Shichan will get mad. Assignment is kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. That too! Shisan glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we could take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? Assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both difficult and unnecessarily long. Welcome to public education. Well, I mean, it's private education here, but you know what? Public education is just as bad. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work, and I feel guilty about that. Oh my gosh, that bell fucking takes me back. Oh man. That takes me back. Woo! Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto down the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes other people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, as so we proceed to the line. There's another long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. Oh nice. Almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating proportions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite? Do you want to know something? What? About anything! We're your guide, so you should ask us if there's something. I wonder. Well, let's just fucking rip the band-aid off. Let's just rip the band-aid off. I kinda wanna ask her something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk. You fucking coward! Coward! Maybe they were talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice our conversation inside is not enough to fill a silence. We arrived at the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over at her desk, the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Hello! She shrinks deeper into her seat. Ah! I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone from just our presence. Misha and Shizune don't notice and don't mind as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's a long time spent in a hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Chan. We gotta hurry already since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here. I'm sure of it. Oh, wait. The teacher said I have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on. The nurses have up their own building. So we... Oh, excuse me. So we have to go outside. We joined the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out with senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside... Oh man, I got the fucking hiccups now. Ooh. We're going outside, the girls making their way to a smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There are a lot of official important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool! How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facility are in there too. The head nurse office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will only be a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text Head Nurse and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open a door, so I invited myself further in. Just... Okay. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin underneath the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Ah, hello there! What can I do for you today, eh? He's young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples on his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person, oh my gosh, who has asked this very same question 100 times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student. My homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. He lights up with revelation as he snaps his fingers. Ah! You're done, Nakai! I was just reading a file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. This joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. Yeah, you'll get used to it. I'm not so sure about that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me find your file again. Let's see. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Type, click. I left my gaze wander around the room. It's an epitome of generic, I like to say. Beige walls and ceilings, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school's nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similar thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports or that stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that. At least for the time being. Oh. My lack of a reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of that cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestepped the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We will have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercises regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming maybe, and there's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before, but you just need to take care and not to overexert yourself. He wagged his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and auxiliary building, although to my eyes, they still look like one and the same. This is the first look I get at the real other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. And I still keep thinking that the most of them don't do too special or being students at a special school. And again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little apart from the main building complex. Yeah, this definitely feels like someone took a photo of like real locations, and then I'm guessing either they actually no, I don't even know if they painted. Maybe it looks like it actually looks like more like they took a photo and then they put a filter. They put a filter over the photo to make it look like a painting. They did. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They took a photo and then they just put a filter over it that kind of makes it look sort of painterly. It was an actual background artist. Wow! That's pretty impressive then. Damn! That is real impressive. Hey, shout out to them. Nice. I wonder if it's, what was his name? Doomfist. They did take real photos. Ah. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't seen outside at all for so long. They went to Japan to take photos. Jeez, this really is just fucking sheer weaponized autism then. Oh my gosh. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is. So I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off the main hallway. Each of the minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. I think the school is from Iowa or maybe Indiana though. Not sure about the state, but it's in the US. Ah. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. Or 119. The nameplates on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below a door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few moments, but then clicking way more locks than I thought the doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy is standing down in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses.
Who is it?
Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Chelsea says Harry Potter. Oh man, Harry. You're the wizard, Harry. So, Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce His face suddenly brightens in realization, standing back upright, stretching his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm.
Oh, except the name's Kenji. Yeah.
Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome.
There were some suspicious looking people going in and out of your room earlier.
It was probably my parents.
Your parents? You sure? Because there could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. By the way, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Alex Jones?
What the fuck? His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly, as I try to think of some way to respond.
Yeah, I say the chances are high enough.
He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures.
You're a brave man, so. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself.
Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while.
A wise decision! Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart.
He squints his eyes and leans closer, but I lean back towards to dodge it.
Never mind, doesn't matter.
With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slid the key into the lock of the door marked 119. That is such a fucking boring bed and room. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stoked with my clothes. Also seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Oh man, I got kind of a small headache all of a sudden. Ugh. It's probably from being so lighthearted earlier today. Oh my gosh. Hi, Chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can call us. Love, Mom. P.S. I still think you should get a job instead. What are you, disabled? Love, Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be at least something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming and on for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn. I have to distract myself somehow so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside and read the glued-on pharmacy label. Isao Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little. What choice do I have? With a sigh, I began my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check their correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and certain. After that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls, and long shadows draw across my room with like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes from my room temperature here. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Ba-bum, ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice transition. Hey, there we go. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling, and I forgot to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from underneath the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but a feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after class yesterday, so maybe there are clubs? If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I want to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser off her pencil down so the top is perfectly evenly flat. That's cute. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. It's a good question, Hi-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha doesn't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you've actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Hi-chan. The truth is, it's a local event. I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of her oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly it quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, although brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class, and we should start working. That's right, Shi-chan! What? That's right, Hi-chan! Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone had also changed, although it does that very other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hi-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hi-chan, perfect! The rest of the class passes uneventful. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hi-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what everyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can't understand it. Her eyes start back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't care who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that may be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me. Would it be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha? Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions for a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hi-chan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hi-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in this class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Oh, we got a little ego, don't we? Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I argue more, but a bell rings and she gets up quickly and packs her bag, looking at me expectantly. I almost forgot that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? In the cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? I guess. I'm in old school. I like to eat outside, near the back of the building. It's a good spot. I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I have an ego, Chelsea? I don't know about that. I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty humble, but then again, thinking about oneself's character is much different than how it actually is. So hey. Besides, I'm pretty sure everyone has like a small ego here and there. Oh, let me just stretch. Wow. Wah, 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 wah. Alright. Shizune and Misha pulled me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. I remember back in high school, I always used to eat in like classrooms or outdoors. I was in marching band, so like we had like a little room just dedicated to all band related stuff, and I would just eat there. I was kind of a sad kid. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you want to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Hee-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As late, I just usually read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hee-chan? Right? Right, but it seems like they all have the members that I can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. Ah, okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hee-chan, really great. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than the clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had student council. That's a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha's laughing. Shizune quickly regains control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Alright, Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, fun. We could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Hee-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Hee-chan is the president. Huh. I'm starting to get a suspicion that Shizune and Mishan may not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course not. Of course we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that? No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined. We'd appreciate it. We're not gonna actually make you join. It's just, it's because of the implication. It's because, it's because of the implication. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to really be trying their hardest to look the cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. What? No. Aw, see, Hee-chan? Of course I want to go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hee-chan owes me candy now. You are betting on it? Hey, my life's not a game here. Hee-chan seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Well, because you two have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that is my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. Hee-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? And that we will pull something so... disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry. It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Emotional manipulation. No. How about a game of football instead of a rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past the goalpost, and the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men! Unlike boys from slightly older boys. Anyways, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? She's in frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with her attempts to get me into student council, but I'm literally curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even know anyone who was a member, so it interests me. I kind of like Shizune and Misha, so you know, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can play it after school. Oh, really, Shi-chan? We could play just for fun, Hichan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there'll be no strings attached. Okay. Okay! Perfect! We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. My grimace is to tell them how much I don't like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. During the afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice her, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be noisy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're under guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, Hichan? That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I'm starting to think that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. I mean, that's unlikely, you know, but still, you know, and for some reason it just seems like it would be something so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we get started. What? That's it? Just makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Hichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanged, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door and the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk predominantly placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, maybe? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets, bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This room sucks. I mean, you can't even put a pot of plant here. Like, come on, look at this place. Spice it up. Little fucking gray ass walls. Look at that. What's this? It's like a fucking mortuary right here. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No! What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to! Okay. You want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it onto the table. Actually, this kind of looks interesting. After Misha spends a little too long from running through the basics with somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I'm starting to feel more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shichan wants to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Shichan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no! Shichan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. My kind of people, good kind of people. Megatron, you can't just say that. What? I'm a benevolent dictator. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I don't expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulled out a piece of paper and writes it down for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha pressed her index fingers against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Oh, so Misha's just you, Chelsea. Oh, that's amazing. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, slow down, Shichan. Shichan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. The eyes of her shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Oh, let's see. It's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here. She has a point. Attack aggressively. I feel like either option, she's gonna win. That's my guess. No matter what option, I'm gonna lose. So yeah, screw it. Screw it. Stick to how we play. It's like that she's just trying to psych me out. Oh, whoops. Looking at the board game again, I have a pretty good defense setup, and I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, yeah, there we go. I fucking called it. No matter what choice I made, I was gonna lose. No matter what I was gonna do, I was gonna lose. She's gonna adjust her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air of celebration. Let's go! Hee-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America! Oh my gosh! We're under this woman's leadership? I'm scared now. Not because she's a woman, but because she's deaf. I mean, Hee-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can't attack with 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hee-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition! Ambition! I was really excited when you took South America, but when you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hee-chan. You didn't take enough risks when you did, and you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hee-chan. I guess that's why it's called Risk. Okay. Damn. What's a tour if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you'd be any good for the student council. What's this? Reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is she trying to taunt me to join the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at the other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Okay, fine. I'll consider joining. But I want to look at the other clubs before I decide. Really, Hee-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better. Yeah, I'm not sure that I want to. Aww. Okay, Hee-chan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. So you're saying that there is a chance that you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining you, you know. Surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe you can play a game you know to give you a handicap. I might have just said that to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, Hee-chan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be determined? I can read. I can talk. I know English. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? That's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Hee-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye! One flight of stairs and I run into problems. The second hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not so easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but when there is a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either. It's just barely ajar so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, while this one is not quite that. It's not good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask them for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep. It was much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head ever further inside to gain sight of a room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Hey, hi. You're kind of pretty. Blonde. Alright. Let's see. What time is it right now? Where's my phone? Oh gosh, where's my phone? It is past 5. Alright. Okay. I think I'm gonna call this stream here. It's a little bit of a shorter stream, but hey. How do I pause? Is there an escape button? Ah, here we go. Let's pause. Ah, here we go. Save. Create new slave slot. Okay. I am a save-aholic. Overwrite? Yeah. Fuck it. I am a save-aholic here. I need to make sure that everything is saved. Alright. With that said, then. Alright. And so. Just making sure. Okay, there we go. Just want to make sure everything works. Okay. So let me save again, because I'm a save-aholic. And with that said, then there we go. Main menu. Alright! Yeah! There we go. you feel some of the stream was with pink and black hair girls. Alright, thanks for coming, Chelsea. Alright. So, yeah. Oh, whoops. Wrong scenery. And here we go. Alright. So, yeah. So, that was Katawa Shojo. Visual novel time. Neato. I like it so far. I think it's pretty fun. Yeah. Alright. So, with that said then, we're gonna be calling it here. So, Thursday is, so tomorrow, we're playing Super Robot Wars, which is just a visual novel but with extra steps. So, hey, I guess this week is a visual novel week. So, yeah, there is that. And then, Friday is, also gonna be a big day because, Gunpla building. Gunpla building stream. And then, you know, Saturday's podcast. And then Sunday, the big day. Not play Shadow the Hedgehog. Alright. So, with that said then, we're gonna be calling it... Oh.
Minute crash!
Last minute crash. Alright.
Okay, new plan to destroy the... I know we said this already, but it's just... New plan to destroy the Autobots. We need to strip down naked, sacrifice a child by ripping out their heart and eating it, shooting up a heroin, and then raid the base by dealing without the consent and pillaging. It'll be okay because we'll become stronger by being naked, and eating the heart will have protect a spell over us. Starscream, you'll have to enter through the air conditioning duct. There's a laser grid 3 inches above the floor, so you have to compress your body to the size of a sponge and slide underneath like some kind of weird amphibious dolphin.
Can I buy some pot from you?
Oh, Mata, if you're confused, Nick just sent me a bunch of shit posts with Megatron. He makes with Megatron. For our private server. It's Mata, were you here when I explained fucking General Butt Naked?
General Butt Naked.
General Butt Naked. Actual real human being.
Just look up Absolute Mad Lads General Butt Naked, Mata. It's insane.
Mata says, but the Transformers, they're always naked.
They don't know that.
I don't know that. Alright, but with that, with the last minute crash, we're gonna be calling the stream here. So thank you everyone who came, and we'll see you tomorrow for Super Robot Wars. So until then, good night. General Butt Naked. Actual human being. Actually, real quick, before I was muted, but real quick, actually, Mata, Nick Mata says he does know who General Butt Naked is. Alright, for real though, I'm gonna mute it now. See you later, guys.